that let me tell you. You get your recorder right now?
Yeah, got the recorder going.
All right. Well, let me tell you this, Ray. Losing my wife is the worst thing that ever happened in my life. We were not only great friends, but we were madly in love with each other. We never argued. We never had a fight in our lives. We just had a wonderful, wonderful life. And my wife, Annie Kelly from County Tipperary in Ireland, was my soulmate. And you know, she was just everything to me. And the only thing that we had, because we're too old to have children, when we get married, we had a little dog that I still have, Lucy, that's really kept me together. We go to the grave every day, and I give her one red rose every day. And sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, Ray, and I miss her. So me and Lucy get up out of bed. I grab one of the roses out of the refrigerator. We go sometimes at 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's a celebrity grave that she's buried in. And when I say celebrity, that's because Las Vegas is that kind of town where they have tours. It's a beautiful, beautiful sight.
Right.
I go there in the middle of the night, and I don't feel ghoulish or strange or anything else. I feel a real situation of peace and a calmness comes over me, and I'm able to talk to my wife and say, well, it was a pretty good day today. Annie and Joe Parker won his fight, and Annie and Joe are very close friends. And after Annie died, Joe Parker and Kevin Barry called me every single day. Sometimes both of them, one, sometimes the other. It was a wonderful lift for me because that's all I had then was the lift. And after the funeral, which was designed for 3 people, myself, because of the COVID, myself and another person, and the priest. And as it worked out, there are almost 300 people at the graveside committal in the Catholic Church. That's the least kind of thing that goes on. There's usually a mass and so on and so forth. And 300 people, 40 some halls of famers, famous. All the commissioners, every referee and judge in the state of Nevada, all the boxing people from Top Rank Boxing, Bruce Trampler, my old producer, 35 years, Buddy Coleman. Several of them had come back from a fight over the weekend. Jimmy Lennon Jr. And another guy who was very helpful to me was Al Bernstein. Al's wife has been suffering from metastatic breast cancer for 14 years.
Right.
So the first thing when I first found out that Annie was sick, I called Al and he advised me. It really helped me a lot. I mean, we're not rivals in the sports industry, as you know. You have great friends in the media, and so do I, and I consider all these people very, very dear friends. I've been in the business for over 50 years, and over the 50 years, they become friends, and Al just helped me immeasurably. He just came back from a fight in New York over the weekend, and he showed up, and it was such an inspiration, and that doesn't include all of Anne's friends in the world of art. Anne was a very accomplished artist. To give you an idea, I was offered $25,000 for one of her oil originals.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, by
wow, that's great.
In the Vatican. Yeah, and I turned that down because
you want to
by a real art expert who deals with the sheeps and whatnot. His name is Pittman Shea.
Right.
Pittman deals with all the big time the millions of dollars, and he came to my house and advised me. He said, this stuff is really, really good.
Wow.
And he said, that picture that you did of Jesus Christ could be worth millions for the right person. So whatever you do not sell any original oils.
Right.
Yeah. And make what they call these days a prince of it. And Georgie Calvin's wife is one of Anne's best friends from New Zealand. Okay. And I did sell an oil to her, and she gave me $30,000 for that oil. So I think I'm proud of that one because they told me I sell the oils, and I said, well, Ann would want you to have it. So she said, well, I'm going to give you $30,000 for it. That was a big book to help me pay for the funeral, which the expenses got out of control because I had a real Irish funeral for it, and that, I had pipers and drummers. And
Wow, fantastic.
I started out by singing and starting the show. I was in my military uniform, and I explained to them that I wasn't there to be the star of the show. I was there to pay tribute to my wife. And 25 years ago, almost to the date, we were married in a military ceremony by Father Ed McDade, and I wore that very uniform, and that's why I was wearing it. And I said to begin the ceremony, in Ireland, the national anthem is very, very important. Not like in the United States, half the people scoff at our national anthem. As you know, I'm a military person, and the national anthem to me is sacred.
Of course.
People fought and died now. The fact that 1917, 18, 19, the freedom of the Republic of Ireland. So I sang the national anthem in Gaelic.
Great work, great.
See, here it goes with Gaelic, Queen Darslu, and so on and so forth. I'm not singing, but with the pipes behind me.
Yeah, that would have been great.
And I had the Irish flag there. She was buried in a solid green sarcophagus after being cremated. There was green marble, and it was absolutely beautiful, as those types of things go. It was very, very beautiful. And the other portion of her ashes, the other third of her ashes, were put in a green, specially made box to be transported by me and her sister Gabriel to Ireland after the COVID's over for a proper funeral in Tipperary, in the place called Carrick on Shore, in Tipperary, Ireland, which should be buried in proper Catholic ceremony involving the priest and the proper ceremony as they go in Ireland. And my godson is a priest, Father John Allen, from St. Michael Parish in North Carolina, which happens to be the largest parish in the United States, money-wise and people-wise. And he's going to bring all his friends not all his friends, but a portion of his friends. 12 priests will be in the altar in that little town of Carrick on Shore. The priests need a vacation after the COVID, and they want to go to Ireland to play golf. But Father John is going to ask him to give him one day for the funeral, so we're going to try and make it a send-off for Anne, and something that's never been made in County Tipperary in the history of dead people, let's say. And we should be buried, her mother and dad, in Carrick on Shore graveyard. So that's that situation. So back to the story I wanted to tell you, Ray, is that I was leaving the graveyard and I was very distressed, and I sent the limousine to go pick my car up because everybody wanted me to come with them and take me out, and I didn't have the heart for it. I just wanted to go home and be alone. And when I was in the car, this father of the case who married us several years earlier told me, and he said, I want to tell you something. I know that you feel that you've been cheated by the Lord and by the Blessed Virgin Mary. He said, I've heard your confessions, and I know how you pray and what a man of faith you are, which is true. I have great faith. Mm-hmm. But I did sort of feel I was down by the powers that are in the Catholic Church and the heavens above. And so he said to me, I want you to think about this. So I'm going to say, and then I'll hang up, and you can finish your ride home. He said, remember this, and don't ever forget it. The Father, God the Father in the heaven above, only gave his son 33 years on earth.
Yeah.
He gave you 40 great years with your wife. Just think about that. So who was cheating? Not me. He said, you got to think about the 40 years that the Lord granted you with the person that you love most in the world. And it kind of brought me together. I'm going to be honest with you, Ray. Mm-hmm. I was crying, and I probably cried in maybe 50 years since I was a child. And that lifted me up a bit. So I had my people call the Irish people, the many Irish people that were there, that are Irish Americans. In fact, I can say this and give it credit if you want. Members of the IRA, members of the Boston Police Department, and a girl by the name of Fiona O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer was Ann's mother's maiden name, and Fiona O'Dwyer is an executive with the state casinos here, highly intelligent woman, and she helped and get me through it. And so all of those people, there were about 25 or 30, came back to my house, and I had a pint of Guinness, and I kind of calmed down, and I got a phone call, Ray, from people high up in the government. And they told me, without question, that I had a 41-year-old son. And all of a sudden I'm thinking, my God, nobody in life. I have a boy that is my son, without question, my son. His name is Simon Edwards.
Right.
Soon to be Simon Edwards Patrick Sheridan.
Yeah.
And we've talked on the phone every day, and it's a whole new inspiration in life for me. The Lord took away my wife. Same day he gave me my long-lost son.
Wow.
I had no idea that this boy existed. And it seems as though he was a great athlete, and he played in the senior division of soccer in England, and he was a top player in cricket in England. And the guys from the agency that called me said, we've had a complete background investigation. This kid is a terrific kid. He's a practicing Catholic, and he's also a star athlete. He has all his own money, and he doesn't need you for money. He just wants to meet his father.
Wow,
And,
what a fantastic story.
Well, I think this is a great story, Ray.
Yeah.
That's why I'm giving it to you first. Nobody else has this story. And,
That's fantastic.
And so, Simon and I have talked on the phone every day. I'm flying him to Las Vegas. My birthday is in June, and with the COVID, I've already bought his ticket first class to fly from London to Las Vegas, and then go back on the 21st of June to Boston to meet all my family.
Fantastic.
And don't forget, his blood is my brother's blood. His blood is my brother's daughter's blood, and they want to meet him. Everybody in my family is excited. So the 22nd of June is my birthday. And my brother will pick us up at the airport, and we'll have my birthday party and kind of Simon's coming out party. And then he's going to fly back from Boston to London, and I'll fly back to Las Vegas for my home.
Well, isn't that great? Isn't that great all that's happened for you, Colonel?
Well, it's wonderful, and it's given me a whole new lease on life. So much so that I've decided, because a year ago at this time, my wife was perfectly healthy and we were happy.
Yeah.
And now she's buried in the grave.
Yeah.
And so I'm changing my life. I'm coming up to 80 years old now, Ray.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time I have, but whatever time I have, I'm going to have it for me.
Of course.
So if I have a fight, let's say I'm asked to do the fight in Dubai between Fury and Joshua.
Yeah.
And if I've got a vacation plan, without fail, I always did the fight. Now I'm taking care of the Colonel.
That's the way you got to do it, Colonel. You got to think of yourself first now, mate.
You know what I did? I just ordered a brand new Corvette, which is the top sports car made in the United States.
Wow.
$50,000.
Fantastic.
I bought a red one with a saddle interior and a saddle convertible top. They look beautiful, but an 80-year-old guy driving around with that.
Yeah, but that's great. That's great for you, Colonel.
I don't care, because all the time when I was young and broadcasting back in Miami, part of my contract was a new Corvette every year.
You love the Corvettes, eh?
Anthony Abrams. Sorry?
You love Corvettes? You love the
Corvettes? I've loved them my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know Alex Vella. Alex Vella had a collection of them. Yeah.
My God, I saw them all looking at Alex. And you can write this. Alex Vella, to this day, I talked to him in Malta. He's a very, very dear friend of mine. I don't know anything about any criminal background or any of that. All I know is he always came to pick me up when I was doing fights in Australia in a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
He drove me around. He personally drove me around and a Rolls Royce. And like I say, I don't know anything about the rebels or anything about them. I have been to their club and I have spoken to them because Alex asked me to, and we became great friends. And as a matter of fact, the last time I was with Alex, we did a tour with Joe Frazier around Australia, and Alex came with us and provided transportation and bodyguards for us, and we had a great time with Joe. And,
I remember that.
So that's my relationship. That's my relationship with Alex Vela, and I don't care if you print it. I love the man. I love the family. I know of his background, but I'm not involved and don't know anything about it really.
Yeah.
I know of it. What I hear, I don't care. And that same goes with Mick Gatto. Mick Gatto's a great friend of mine, and I know of his background and so on and so forth. But I don't know.
He's a good boxing man too. Yeah.
Sorry?
He's a good boxing man as well, Colonel Mick Gatto.
He's a great boxing man. He's asked me to go out several times to broadcast his fights down in Melbourne, but my schedule didn't allow that because I was so busy in the United States that my schedule. But to this day, no matter what Mick Gatto did or did not do in his private life, none of my business. And all I know is Mick Gatto is a great friend of the Colonel's, and so is Alex Vela, and I'm not embarrassed to say so. I react to people as they react to me, and I think just a bunch of those two guys that think of you, Ray, and you and I have been friends for, 50 years, 40 years?
Yeah, well, we go way back, mate. We go way back, and it's been an honour to know you, Colonel, and you're so highly thought of throughout the world, mate.
Well, Ray, you can put that stuff about Vela and Mick because it's very different from what anyone else thinks, and I think the country should know that these are basically good men that had to survive in life, and that's it.
That's right, exactly. No, they're good people, mate. I've gave references for Alex, written references to. I wrote to government ministers.